One of the big things I learned about being in the NICU is you're not at your best self in that environment. I like to think of myself as kind of an even keel person. I am friendly, I like people, I'm generally kind, but in the NICU, it was difficult to have the emotional strength to be myself. I felt like I was giving all of myself to Tessa and to her progress. And so I couldn't focus on other people. I didn't really check in with James, my husband, to see how he was doing. I expected a lot from the doctors and nurses who were looking after Tessa. And I think that is natural. I mean, we don't know what to do when we're in NICU. We don't have the medical background. And I had to get to a point where I was okay with not being at my best self, with crying. Often I would cry daily, certainly for the first few weeks. And I'm not someone who likes to cry in front of people. And I found myself just breaking down, sometimes on rounds, sometimes in the hallway. Sometimes I could hold it in until we got to the car. But I would just cry. And some of that is hormones, I know that. And some of it is just the emotional intensity of being in that space. And I just had to allow myself to be like that, to be that person for however long that was going to be. And I think too, you learn that things that may be a very small deal, things that wouldn't normally faze you, become a very big deal. And so little blips in the routine or changes that were surprising had a huge impact on how I was doing emotionally, and I would react in a way that wasn't like myself and was kind of irrational. And I had to, again, get to a point of just saying, like, that's just going through this process, trusting that the doctors and bedside nurses and my husband and my family would give me the grace to just be emotionally irrational at times, and to be, making a bigger deal out of things, and they did. And so I think just for myself, I had to just let that happen, be emotional, let it out, process what was happening, and sometimes apologize to the bedside nurses with how I talked to them. And I had a great relationship with them, but we had to work at that a little harder. And when we're in that emotional space, sometimes it takes a little more work to build relationships. And the most important relationship that I was building was with Tessa. That one was brand new and so important. And then everybody else was kind of secondary, but still important, and still important to work to build that relationship, because we were all working toward the common goal of getting home and toward Tessa's health and well-being. So just go easy on yourself. It's okay to freak out. It's okay to not be yourself, because you'll get there. You'll get there, and you have the support of bedside staff. They know that we're not at our best when we're in the NICU. Who would be?